welcome to JK Next Garage. That's Kelly, I'm Jim, and today we are going to start taking some of the front end stuff out. The dash pan, and the upper and lower cowls. Alright, so this video we are going to replace this dash. I know it doesn't look too bad, but get up a little bit closer. Right here in the middle, somebody had a CB radio. If you saw our very first video, you'll see that was in the dash. Plus, we are changing the whole dash because we want air, and obviously it doesn't have any air holes here. So that's what we're going to do. I want to do it now because I want to put some bracing across here for when we take the floor out and stuff. I don't want to have it in the way for doing the dash later. So Kelly's going to continue on drilling these out. My game plan here, and like I said, this was a beginner thinking this way, probably overthinking it, but anyway, is to take the dash out, replace that, leave the dash pan here, even though that's getting replaced, leave that so I can get the new dash in according to where the dash pan is sitting, to make sure it fits all right and everything. And then we'll take the dash pan off, do the upper and lower cowls. Okay, we're going to take the dash out. Well, Kelly is, so. I think. All right. Well, maybe I'll just let her take everything apart. So if you've seen our previous videos, you know this new dash that we got is an air dash, meaning it's for air conditioning. Our original one is not. But so I took this apart, but Go Garage has got a good one on how he took his apart to fit his dash in. So check him out if you want. That's just basically drilling out spot welds and separating it. I wasn't very pleased with the fact that they don't coat where they put it together, so that was bare. So that's why I've got weld through primer on everything right now. These brackets here, these are the brackets that go on the end right here. We're keeping the originals. It was a little bit more of a pain in the butt to get those separated from the original dash while it was in there, but then also this arm that connects the dash to the lower cowl, this bracket was way off. It was tilted way off. It actually goes like this, but it was tilted and it was way at an angle. So I took that off, got it prepped up and sprayed, and once we get the inner cowl done, I'll put that on and then weld them together. So that's just a little rundown on this, our new dash that's going to go in, and we are going to get that in there right now to make sure everything's going to work, and then we'll start on removing the old dash pan. Okay, dash pan, or the dash is in. Initial fitment is looking good. Just need to weld it there and on the other side. Kelly's getting comfortable in the passenger seat. Yeah, right. She's sitting in my seat apparently. So now the old dash pan's gonna come off. Okay, now that we got that dash all fit in there, looking good, Looks like it's going to work out really good. We're going to move on to the upper dash pan here, and I'll show you what we're going to use and the measurements I took and to get this thing back to where it needs to be. So here we go. Seeing how we've never done this before, here's a couple of things that I do. I mean, I take all kinds of measurements. I take measurements probably more than work I actually do on this thing. But anyways, I've taken some measurements from like here, and it's actually from this little crown right here up to, there's a spot up here I've got marked right here. So that's like 13 5/8. I took like 3 of those, one in the center, one on the other side. I don't know, just to make sure that the upper dash pan there is in the right spot. I've got some other measurements and degrees for the old dash. I don't know if you can see some of these marks I got here. 1/8 inch, so that's how far it stuck out from here. And I took a few of those measurements. You can't really see them behind the Cowl galv, but I've got them on both sides. Maybe it's overkill, I don't know, but that's one way I'm trying to figure out how to make sure the dash goes back into the same way. Another thing I did was, this is the old dash, is I've got a protractor. So I got this protractor I bought, I don't know, probably 30 years ago, and I've used it about 5 times. So I used this, I put it on the dash when it was in the car, and came up with that degrees, and then kind of where I came off of each side to where it has to go. So I did that on that side, and this on this side. As you can tell, they're not the same degrees. So how close does it really have to be? I don't know, but I use that. I just try and think of everything I can do to make sure this new one goes back in as close as the original was. So yeah. All right, a couple things with this upper dash pan. So there are some stitch welds and stuff in here, and I'm gonna grind those off while Kelly's doing the spot welds. And a couple of things else that I did to make sure that the new dash pan goes in is there's a mark right off of this corner that I've got on both sides. That's one area where we can line it up. And then I've got that protractor I used here. These are just, you know, it's not like I have to get it that close or anything. It's just that that we're not really way out of whack. So, and one other thing, this old dash pan, I don't know if you can see that little bracket right there, or a little tab that was there. It's welded onto the, I think that's the A-pillar they call it, and that's part of the dash pan, this original dash pan. There's one over here too. Those two were broke when I took the dash off way earlier in this project, so I just tacked it back on there. The new one doesn't come with that, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut with my Dremel tool right here and reattach it to the new one on both sides to help keep that in place. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll get some tools out and we'll start taking this upper dash apart. We're going to take the dash off, see how that looks. Ugh, crusty. I don't think we're saving that. So this isn't looking so good, this whole upper cowl. That's why we're replacing it, obviously. So we'll get this cleaned up, get our mess cleaned up, and then we will start on the upper and lower cowl. Okay, so on to the upper cowl. So I'm gonna have to take my little bolts off here for leveling, so I'm just gonna level it up one last time, and then yeah, we'll take those bolts out and we'll start drilling out all these spot welds and stuff through the firewall and inside the cowl shoulders and all the way up through here. Try and get that all out of there. Boy, I don't think I could repair this. So, all right, let's get that off. So I just about forgot my jigs that I made up way back when we first started this deal. Made these jigs up for this particular reason, for replacing this upper cowl and the firewall. So got them bolted on. Now I can get, Kelly's holding the tape measure here, so when we go to put this new upper cowl on, and lower and upper cowl, whatever, we've got our measurement, which is 18 7/8 to here, off of that pad that's underneath there. So we'll be using that as our reference, and we'll get at it now. All right, down to the last one. Kelly banging out of there. All right, believe that was the last one. Let's get it out of here. Let's hope the car doesn't cave in. Ready? Alright, that's the old stuff. We're going to keep it around. There's some brackets and stuff on the dash that we're going to use on the new one. And then, of course, we've got some stuff on the upper cowl that we're going to use. Dash pan, we'll probably keep that around because I got measurements on there that I need. So, alright, so that does it. Didn't think you needed to see us drill all these spot welds out and everything. One thing that I will say is that if you want to do it like we did it, where we took the upper and lower cowls out all at once, because as you can see, there's two layers here. You got the lower cowl and then you got the upper cowl. But we just went through that firewall and we just drilled every single one of them out, and it all came out. These are the lower cowl holes on the inside. So yeah, so we just were able to take it all out all at once. Here's some of the things we use. Got the hammer, got a spot weld chisel, little 3/8 right angle drill, stubby bits, spot weld cutter. This was really good for getting into this area here with that cowl on there, you know. So this worked out really good. Just glad I had that. So we'll get this all cleaned up, get it prepped, get all the other pieces that are going in prepped, and we'll reverse order on it, and then we will start in on taking that firewall out. So I realized we took a lot of measurements and did a lot of I did a lot of overthinking of this, but we took a lot of measurements and stuff and made jigs and all that kind of stuff because we'd never done this before. So I don't know the proper process, but hey, it was a good time. We had fun doing it, and we can't wait till get going on putting some of this non-rusty stuff back in. So if you're a first timer doing this, hopefully this helps, and thanks for coming along, and we'll see you on the next one.